Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 103 of Walking with Jay. I'm your host, Jeremy Vincent Henry Larson. Today's date is the 25th of August, 2013? What year?
2017.
2017. Not bad. I was close. I'm here with filmmaker, musician, songwriter,
Yes, sir.
Dan Bringhurst.
It's me.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thanks for having me on.
Hey, thank you for joining me on the walk, and thank you for reaching out to me. That's super cool. You know, it's honestly, it was one of my highlights. I said, this guy I'd never even met. He wanted to go on the walk with me.
Well, since I knew Kevin was on here and Becky and Adam, I had to get in on it, you know, and see what it was all about. So.
Right. And now you're regretting it a little bit?
Not at all. I'm having a blast. I don't exercise, so this is.
At all, huh?
Well, I work, but. You
No,
know.
yeah, I read your post today, and it sounded like you worked 14 hours. That's kind of.
Today was a short day.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, you're confused. No.
Was it the other day? Maybe I just read it the wrong day.
Oh no, it's a 14-hour day, but
that's a short day.
That's short for me, yeah.
Holy cow, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
usually working 15-hour days.
Where do you work? Do you mind if I ask?
Meadow Gold Dairy.
Oh,
I deliver
cool.
milk to C-stores and gas stations, Mesquite and Alamo and Caliente, and
that's where I grew up, Caliente.
I heard that actually.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in Caliente and Pioche and Panaca. Yeah.
I'm very happy for you.
It's a nice place.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, I like it.
It's a great place to be from. Anyway, so let's go on. Let's talk about. So how do you know Becky and Kevin and?
Becky's my sister-in-law.
Is she really?
She is. Kevin, we just travel in the same circles. We both like music, and I think we're both connected to each other by Adam Mast, who organizes those guerrilla film festivals.
Right. And do you remember when you got involved with the Guerrilla Film Festival?
Yeah, it was.
Of course I do. I was there.
Yeah, it was Halloween of 2015. That's when we first started screwing around and just putting some stuff together, and it's gotten better since then, you know, in terms of me contributing to it and stuff like that, and it's just fun to be a part of it.
So when you put a movie together, I've seen several of your movies on the YouTube that the kids are looking at nowadays.
The YouTube, yeah.
And really interesting stuff, really creative, and just really some of it's out of the box. I mean, the Nautilus one seemed a little out of the box.
Oh, did you watch that?
I did. It was funny. It was.
I'm sorry.
No, it was.
No, it's the Nautilus, especially.
Did you write that?
I wrote it, but it was based loosely on
Jules Verne, right?
Yeah, sort of a reimagining.
Tell them more about the Nautilus. Oh, can you? Because I know you're trying to get it out to.
I've been sharing it with people just via a link. You know, I can't throw it on YouTube until it's done. You know, seeing its place in the film festivals. But
right.
The Nautilus was, I'd read 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and decided it'd be funny if Captain Nemo was just a flamboyant homosexual, a cross-dresser, sort of in the same vein as Rocky Horror.
Right, that's the vibe that I got from that. Yeah, for sure. Cool.
So, just wanted to put something raunchy and weird together, and something that would give me a chance to make some music and put it to use.
And some of those songs in there are really, really cool. Oh. And you wrote those too?
I did. Yeah.
That's so awesome. Are we going this way, or are we going on the dirt trail?
Let's go that way.
So cool. So what's your process like when you? I'm really interested in how creative people not only come up with ideas, but then once you have that original idea, how did you execute that?
It starts with the script.
And how long does that take you to write?
Well, since the movie's only 20 minutes long, it took me probably an hour to put down, then a week to fine tune and go over and just make it better.
Awesome.
And then the music.
Did you already have those pieces lying around?
No,
or?
I wrote about 20 songs and picked the 3 or 4 that I like the most. I've got a Soundcloud station where I uploaded all of it, so there's like tons of music for the Nautilus that never made it to the movie.
Oh, cool. Are we to expect an album?
I've got an album.
Of the Nautilus? I mean, the soundtrack?
No, I mean, I could
package it,
upload it. I could package it as something, but I've got an album on iTunes and stuff like that, but it's from like 2013. It's so old, and it was me finding my footing. That
Right.
it was more for me than anything else, you know. So.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Awkward silence. No.
No,
Let's talk about you finding your footing.
Ah, okay.
No.
How are you doing?
I'm doing super well, man. I'm doing pretty well. Taking a couple of days off of work, and so I'm doing really well.
Yeah.
See, you work 14 hours is a short day. To me, 8 hours is a long day.
Yeah, but I only work 4 days a week, so.
Nice.
Oh.
Very nice. I want to talk about growing up.
Okay.
Not specifically you growing up, but the movie growing up.
Okay. Yeah, that was the last movie we made for.
Did you
Gorilla.
wrote that one too?
I did.
That's, to me, that movie is really awesome. I
Huh.
mean, I really like that one. Is that your daughter that's in there?
It is.
That's so cool, man.
And she was so terrified that people were gonna throw fruit at her and
Uh-huh.
boo her off
And
the.
judge her and all of that.
She was a great actress. In fact, that whole thing was filmed the right way. I mean, given the camera I had, but the audio just didn't work, and we had to go do that. We had to re-record everything in the aftermath.
Oh, really?
And so we did like 3 takes. She
She
spent
did
a whole
overdubs
day.
and everything?
Yeah,
She
the
just-
whole thing is overdubbed.
Oh my gosh.
So she.
What a champ. I mean, I can't believe that's
I was surprised
awesome.
she stuck out, but yeah, I didn't think she'd pull through.
How is that working with your daughter? Is that difficult, or is that...
My daughter my daughter wants to be a paleontologist slash actress. So
cool.
she just wants to be seen. She wants to participate and learn stuff, and if it's film working with me, then
She likes it,
Yeah,
huh?
she enjoys herself.
Well, there you go.
There's that bridge I was telling you about.
Here's the bridge, and we're going under the bridge.
It looks a little rapey from here, actually.
That's
I remember it being nicer.
right. Well,
There's a hobo. Just
let's just hang out in here and see what happens.
Okay.
Just kidding. All right. Well, cool. No, I mean, I saw the robot on that one, the flying robot. How did you pull that off?
My dad started a company called Strata maybe 25 years ago, 30 years ago. And,
Did he have this kind of audio with that? I mean, listen to the reverb in
it
here.
feels fantastic, yeah. But that same program was used to make Myst, if you remember that
Yeah.
game. That was Strata. And since then, it's evolved into just something more clean, and I landed a copy and learned how to use it. And
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I loved it, and I was like, there were some really kind of challenging lighting type things with the robot and everything that I was like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I filmed it with my phone, so what you've got is heat waves from the sun and this focus that can't make up its mind.
Right,
And
right,
so it
right.
didn't really, you know, if I'd had more time and a better camera, I would have changed a few things, but it was fun putting it together.
Well, it's no walking with Jay and my selfie
Ah.
stick here, but I mean, it was something.
Ah, it looks just fine. We're doing good.
Oh, cool. Sorry, hey, I'm really tired, despite the fact that I didn't work today. I'm really tired.
This is new. What's this?
This is a new part.
Yeah, they just built that. I wonder where that goes.
It's a mystery, right? What's your, do you have a philosophy of filmmaking?
I'm not a good enough filmmaker to have a philosophy. I mean, I've got a philosophy, but if it was any good, I'd probably be in a film festival about now. I just enjoy myself, you know. Keep working. Is
Is it just one project after another with
it
you?
is.
Or?
It is. Brandon Tippett's and Lonnie Black have been doing stuff with Adam since he started this. Must have been early 2000s. And,
Yeah.
and they've never missed a thing. And so compared to that, I've just dipped my toe in the water. But you know, it's just fun to be a part of it. It's fun to participate and make something new. And it doesn't matter if you win or not. It's just about bringing everyone together and making something out of nothing and seeing where it goes.
And it's cool that there's a community here.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, honestly, before I met Kevin, and Kevin reached out to me just a couple of weeks ago, is what it was. You
Yeah.
know, and so I wasn't a part of what's going on there, but he's like sending people my way to be on the show, and you reached out to me, and Rebecca she reached out to me, and I was like, this is really cool. You know, because I am a huge film buff, grew up loving movies and stuff like that, and I am a you know, pretty much a rock star in my own mind.
Yeah.
So you know, but you got a ton of videos on YouTube with you and your guitar, and
You know, that's from it goes
3
back
years
as-
ago, or
it goes as far back as 8 years ago, I think. It's all nonsense. It's just me throwing back drinks and strumming the guitar. But it's, you know, I don't consider that really part of my canon necessarily. But it's just fun to play and see what happens. You know.
you do cover tunes and you do your own stuff on there, right?
Yeah, I started making my own music a while back. I was having fun doing covers of my favorite bands, but it's more rewarding to make something out of nothing, and even if it's not that great, it's yours, you know. So.
Exactly. What do you find the biggest challenge is with your art at this point in your career? Like the
I know my limitations. My limitations begin and end with being afraid to cut stuff, being afraid to trim stuff. You know, the Nautilus, for instance, is 25 minutes, and in my mind, all of it's gold.
right.
I wouldn't cut any of it if I could help it, but I know it's too long. I know there are parts that drag. But looking at it, I can't think of what to cut.
How
I
do
don't
you
want to
cut
cut
those
anything. And
That's hard, huh?
so I need to be brave enough to hand it over to someone and say, make it better.
We're gonna flip around here real quick so we can head back.
That's just fine. I'll come over here.
All right. Do you want to be the camera operator, or are you good?
Oh, you're good.
I mean,
You're
I've
in
got a
charge.
filmmaker here, and I'm wondering maybe we can get some better angles. I don't know.
I've never held a selfie stick before, so I wouldn't know what to do. I'd probably screw it up.
One super shaky that people have been telling me. One day I'm going to get a gimbal. Have you heard of those? Those little motorized things that keep it level and stuff.
Well, the motorized ones I haven't used, but I know what you're talking about. I've
Yeah.
got a, what's it called? Well, it's a gimbal, but it's one of those big rigs.
Right, for a regular camera though, right?
Yeah. But because the phone is so light, you have to compensate with weights and duct
Right.
tape and stuff like that. So
Right.
I just never use it.
Yeah.
It's tough because it wants to spin on its axis all
That's
the
what
time.
I heard.
So it's, yeah.
So, I don't know. I still want one.
You should get one. I think
I should
you
get
get one for
one.
like $30. It's not bad.
Is that all it is? I thought
Yeah.
it was 120 for a good one.
Oh, maybe a good one.
I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm gonna have my hat out here for a minute. Oh wow. Okay, cool, man. Let's talk. What are you working on now?
Well, I've got ideas for Horror Fest, but I can't really get to work on anything until we know what the, you know, the
Competition is. What
yeah.
the theme is?
There's themes and there's little things that you have to abide by. So I can't really get to work on it yet. I've got ideas of what I'd like to do, and maybe it'll fit, maybe it won't. But other than that, I'm working on a movie called Whiskers in the Terrible Hole,
Nice.
which is bent to be produced by me and Cragen Claiborne. If you know him,
I don't yet.
get him on here. He's
Yeah.
amazing.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's extremely talented with claymation
Seriously?
effects.
Nice.
Yeah, he does blood work. He recently participated in the last
Now the blood work you did on, what was the one?
Silly Willy.
Yes, that was intense.
Oh, thank
It
you.
was really intense.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
That was good. Am I driving you off the road here? Usually
No.
people get a little cold. I understand, you know.
No, you're good.
Well, here's what you do. You tag him when we post this tonight, right? Just tag him and you can see if he wants to be on the show or whatever. I don't know how it works.
I'll do that.
Kevin usually works some things out for me. He's a magic man. I don't know how he does it,
Yeah,
but
but it's Cragen, and Cragen's doing the special effects, and camera operation will be Jeff Sanders, and hopefully our lead lady will be Liz Baxter. It's an irreverent film about a psycho who takes a woman hostage, and there's supernatural elements to it. And
nice.
I don't want to.
Yeah, you
I
don't want to
go
give it
the
all
plot.
away. I
Well,
mean,
it's more about.
spoiler alert, ladies
I don't
and
want to
gentlemen.
scare you off. It's a weird
Oh,
movie,
right.
so I'll send you the script though.
Okay, that'll be cool.
Yeah, but it's gonna be fun.
Is there a challenge for you having? How many kids do you have?
I've got 3 kids, 2 boys, 1 girl.
Wow. Is it a challenge for you? I know it was super challenging for me to, when I had young kids and stuff, trying to, I love the sound in here. This is, I mean, we should do the whole walk in here just backwards and forwards.
Kevin should make a music video in here. And
Wouldn't that be awesome? Or you.
Well, I've got a 3-year-old who's autistic.
Cool.
On top of that, I got my 8-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old kid.
Right.
And so the situation's, you know, we're learning. You know,
That's interesting.
It's a always changing situation. So.
Right. Yeah. When I was, when I had young kids and I was trying to make it in the music business and stuff like that, it was just super, super challenging for me. Not only financially, but just time-wise and working and doing all that stuff. How do you balance all of that?
Uh-oh, it's gang members.
Oh no, thug life.
Oh God. All right, what was the question? How do I balance everything?
How do you balance all of that? How do you still...
My wife is amazing. She, I'll work 4 days a week. And Friday, you know, I'm sure she's anxious to... Oh, thank God.
That was close.
They were whites. My wife is amazing. She probably expects me to come home after a long day and do dishes and help with the kids, and I do, but she knows I'm tired, and so she gives me the weekend to do what I want to do, you know? So it results in
That's what
a
you
lot
do
of
on
free
your
time.
weekends.
Yeah, like I spent the last 2 hours up in the room alone while my wife dealt with the kids because she knew I wanted to work on my music and, you know, make sure that my chores were done.
Gotta know what you were working on.
Oh, related to the just the SoundCloud channel. Just
Okay. Well, tell everybody what your SoundCloud channel is so they can look you up, and
it's
let's do some promotion here.
okay. It's soundcloud.com/time-traverser.
Time-traverser.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How many songs you got on there now?
Oh, probably 30.
30. Now, when you were saying that the acoustic songs weren't a part of your canon, would you, you still have them on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it's more like a time capsule than an effort to, you know, show off or anything like that.
Right, it's more like a sketch pad almost then,
Yeah.
or yeah, and stuff like that. Cool.
Sometimes it's fun to go back and listen to stuff and see.
Do you ever re-record any of those things?
When I'm doing covers, no. I don't like to make full-blown covers using instrumentals and stuff.
Right.
But I wrote songs, say 5 years ago, and went back and did them right the second time, a few times.
That's cool, man. Well, you're doing the work. You're doing the work.
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah. What would you like to see happen in the next 5 years? If you could, like, just super hustle for the next 5 years, what would you like to see happen?
I'd like to continue making short films for Gorilla and make one that was good enough that found its way to some film festival. Sandy Catton entered her thing, directed by Dan Fowlks.
Okay, I've heard that name.
Yeah, and there's Peter Gooch, and it was
This guy knows everybody.
I know everybody. I'm kind of the hub of the group.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But no, I mean, she just made a great movie, won first place, deserved it, and now she's sending it to Sundance at least.
That's super cool.
It'd be great to make something and have it win, and then come home with that award and maybe bring some recognition with you and shine a light on what Adam's put together here.
Right, that'd be cool. Have you, do you have dreams and ambitions of like being a mainstream movie maker?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, yes, I do, but
You don't want to
not
admit
in
to
that
it.
sense. I'm trying to think of who I admire. That I don't think it's likely that I'm ever gonna be a Ethan or Joel Cohen.
Right.
You know? But you know, if you could make something that was, you know, like early Tim Burton, you know,
Right.
that's awesome. Something off the grid, something
Kind
that's
of
not
avant-garde,
mainstream.
kind of out of.
Yeah, something that's not too self-aware, something that's good enough to get some views on YouTube and maybe someone will throw some money at you to turn a short film into a feature length, you know.
That'd be awesome.
I don't need to be a Spielberg. Just make something fun and have people acknowledge it for what it's meant to be.
That's cool. And you know what I think is really cool about Facebook and YouTube and all of that is you really don't need a lot of permission to put content out there. You know, it's still hard to get people to watch it. You know, you still got to put out quality stuff, but the stuff that we're putting out today and the movies that you've got out there, your great grandchildren are going to be able to have access to those, you know. And so part of it is just leaving a legacy behind. For me, that's what it is, at least, you know.
No, and that's true. I mean, I've got photo albums I haven't seen in 10 years that I'd love to show my kids, but because they're not digital, they're gone.
Right.
But at the same time, 20 years from now,
yeah, what's the technology going to be?
well, whatever it is, I'm sure we can port over what we've got on Facebook and Instagram, but we share everything, so they're not only going to see, you know, with a photo album, you've only got stuff that you wanted to keep, whereas Facebook, you've got, you know, pictures of your macaroni and cheese and
Guilty.
and then, you know, just all kinds of stuff that doesn't belong
Right,
on the
right,
internet,
right.
you
So
know?
how do you curate that, I guess, would be the question.
You
And
don't. You don't.
You
It's
don't.
just from now on, it's a
It's
full
this whole-
stream of your whole consciousness, and there's no sifting through, and your kids are gonna know what you ate for breakfast on Tuesday morning,
and they'll be really engaged with that,
1999.
I'm sure. They'll be like, oh, wow, bratwurst, wow,
Yeah.
fantastic. No, I think there has to be a way to curate it. There has to be a way to, like, find all of your stuff that you're proud of and that you'd be concerned with sharing with future generations. And if it isn't, someone's going to make it.
Well, that's fair. I mean, you can go on right now and make an album on Facebook and take everything that you hold dear and shove it onto that album and,
Right.
and save it. But the point is, you know, if you share a photo of you half naked in the park, you know,
Right.
even though you might not save it, someone else could. And
Yeah.
so that's just the nature of
Yeah.
the technology.
Yeah,
So.
that's the scary part of it. Because you know, one time, no, I'm just kidding. Never have.
I was gonna say, it's all right. This is a safe place.
Right. Except for that bridge. That was kind of scary.
Yeah.
I was glad I had this tall guy to go with me because,
Yeah.
yeah. Good stuff. Well, cool, man. Well, guess what? 20 minutes is up, dude. We did the show.
Dang.
How do you feel about
I
that?
feel great. I'm glad you had me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll have to do it again sometime.
Yeah, you bet.
All right. Thanks. Dan Bringhurst, ladies and gentlemen. Filmmaker, songwriter. Big thing's going to happen with this guy. I got a feeling.
Yeah.
Not just because he's wearing a Ghostbusters shirt, but
Oh,
I mean,
yeah, I am. Appreciate it.
all right. Take care. Love you guys.